And the Academy Award goes to Dick Poop. This is Corey, and this is the Anthem podcast.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Rob.
I'm a little bit upset that Dick Poop didn't win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of your Academy of Arts and Sciences.
The Academy of Art.
Of Film, Arts, and Sciences, or whatever it is.
I felt like I always liked how the much like real racists are just like, how can I be racist? I voted for Obama.
Right.
Or like, how can the Academy be racist? They have a black president.
Well, technically, we all have a black president.
Yeah.
We're still racist as shit, so I don't think that matters. Well, yeah, so the biggest waste of time that I've ever sat through, yes, the full Oscars. And I missed.
Have you never watched an entire Oscars?
No. If I was at home, I would have had it on, and then I would have flipped to The Walking Dead, and then I would have listened to or watched The Talking Dead, and then maybe gone back for Best Picture at the end. Because it only ran over by what, like 45 minutes?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, Jesus.
I made the joke to Jim on Twitter.
Yeah.
From the critic, where it's like, and to make sure that we don't finish on time, a salute to film critics.
Yeah. No, so that was a huge waste of time. I made the tweet, something along the lines of, when the Vandals were at the gates, did the Romans sit down and congratulate themselves on doing such good plays or something for the... Yes, of course they fucking did, because that's what societies do when they're on. Once they've jumped the shark... societies start awarding themselves for stuff that doesn't matter. So when the Academy Awards became longer than the longest film of that show, or that's when we jumped the shark. And
I'm trying to think of what the longest movie was this year. Probably Boyhood.
Yeah, but
because I looked at that running time and went, "Ooh."
2 hours and 13 minutes. Is that what it was?
About like 2:45.
2:45. Oh, that's right. 3 hours and 15 minutes. It was 100.
I think it was under. I thought it was like 180.
100. I think they said 196.
Maybe, I don't know.
So 196 minutes would be 3 hours and 16 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
But the Academy Awards, still longer than that.
Yeah.
Still longer than that.
It is a long show. I will. I'm never going to be able to tell you that it's not a long show
and it's
that
ridiculous. It's industry masturbation.
I struggled with this because I mentioned that I was trying to write a blog post about it.
Yeah.
All my favorite films haven't really ever gotten the respect they deserve. And, this year in particular, going in, I said, well, I know Whiplash isn't going to win. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
Whiplash isn't going to win. It doesn't really have a chance.
JK won, though.
JK won. And film editing. And I think there was another one, too. Sound editing. Sound mixing. But I knew going in, it had no chance of winning Best Picture. Even though I thought it was the best picture of the whole year.
Miscounted.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I was really hoping for the upset where...
where I thought, I was like, oh,
yes!
man, I won 24-23.
And it's just like, ooh, actually... No. She's been counting that Best Picture for 3, not 5. So what were your initial thoughts about the winners?
Well, I'll say this, just in general about the Oscars, the production value was really good, and there wasn't any mistakes or...
They got some good writers here at the Oscars. I'll tell you that. And Neil Patrick Harris, I'll watch anything he does.
Yeah, he's really good at hosting award shows.
The biggest debate in my mind: sock or no sock. NPH, we need to know. In the tidy whitey scene.
Oh. Did he pat it or not?
Did you pat it, or is that what you're working with? Is that what God gave you, or is that what Haynes gave you? You know what I mean?
I think if he does come out and make some sort of statement on it, then there's going to be a whole bunch of people who are just...
We're calling you out, MPH. You tell us.
Like if I went out on the Oscar telecast with the tidy whities and had rocking a huge bulge... And then somebody asked me after the fact, they're just like, so did you accentuate that a little bit, or is that the real deal?
Right.
Be like, oh, it's the real deal. Don't you worry about it.
You just ask all the satisfied ladies.
I'd have ex-girlfriends coming out of the woodwork, just like, he's got a small dick. Flying out of bushes. Don't believe him, that dick is small.
Who possibly would do that? I can't think of anybody.
I don't know. I can come up with names.
I was going to say, no hateful girlfriends in your past, right? So
I can make a list. Yeah, before we get into winners and losers, what did you think of Neil Patrick Harris?
Like I said, I'll watch anything that he hosts. He is great. He and Chris Hardwick, I think, are in a... I don't want to say they're in a competition, because I don't know that Neil would host shows very well.
Yeah.
And Chris Hardwick does that really well.
Right.
And I don't know that Chris would host award shows that well. I don't know that he has the repertoire to do that. So... I think those two are I'll watch anything that Neil Patrick Harris hosts. He should just be a professional host. By the way, looking through Twitter, the in memorandum snubs, there were a lot of them. Joan Rivers, most notably. The comedian. Who was the other comedian who died this year? Older lady, Phyllis Diller. Phyllis Diller died this year?
Oh, and she was, yeah.
No, mention of her. Robin Williams is just tossed in the middle like he's not some kind of special guy. Like, come on. It's ridiculous. But then again, they snubbed the Lego Movie too, and they snubbed about 10,000. And they didn't win the song either, so they really snubbed Lego Movie.
I really thought that they were going to have to give it to everything. Because...
It's more showing you that the Oscars are out of touch with what people want.
It's not that.
No, they are. The Academy is out of touch. It's a bunch of old white men.
So here's my basic problem with the Academy always. Mm-hmm. Not just generally this year. So there was protests in front of outside of the Dolby Theater.
Yeah, where the Oscars were held.
Right. Because of the inequality of the top awards.
Yo, we got a black president, son!
But I think I made the point to Shannon tonight that this was I'm sorry that there weren't any black faces up there, but there were 20 acting awards to be given out.
Right.
And 20 actors, 20 white, who, no fault of their own, were white actors who happened to just have incredible performances.
Oh, this was a stocked year.
Yeah. Like, it's hard to... Like, I saw Selma, and... God, now it's slipping me, the name of the actor.
What?
Richard Oyella, I think.
Oyele?
I might be just thinking about the guy from IT Crowd.
I don't remember. Anyway, but the... Martin Luther.
Another black British actor.
MLK.
Yeah.
From Selma.
Yeah. I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I thought he was solidly number 6 on my 5 actors.
Right. Just like the director was 6 on the...
No, she wasn't.
Not at the top?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Why do you hate black people? Send out your complaints to Corey at the Anthem.
Why do I hate... I think...
That's a question you can't avoid, by the way. Why do you hate black people? There's no good answer to that question.
It's not that I hate black people. Wait, that's not what I meant.
All right, yeah.
No, I mean, I think she did a perfectly fine job. She's a... How do I say this without being horrible?
Here we go. People are dialing the NAACP right now. They got the NAA and the CN, and they're waiting.
Yeah,
they're waiting. Go ahead. Give me a reason to press the P.
I thought that the performance, there were some incredible jobs done in the directing category. Right. Richard Linklater doing 12 years on a movie.
Oh, and not winning.
Alejandro
not winning.
Inarritu with Birdman was an achievement, obviously, because he won.
Yeah.
Damn. Like, the whole field was just loaded with great directing jobs.
By the way,
but I felt that Selma was more of like, her directing was more of like Trent Dilfer. Like, she quarterback managed that.
Right.
Like, you just get a good game manager.
Yeah, she had a good team, and she just kept it moving.
Right. She did a good job of... And that's not to minimize her abilities as a director at all. I just don't think...
She's still an NFL quarterback.
She's still one of the 32 best.
Right, yeah.
She's just not... In that film in particular, I just don't think... I didn't walk away from it going like, man, that was something.
My other thought about it is this. You know what else had a stocked year? 2014. Lots of good movies in 2014. But what won? 12 Years a Slave for Best Picture.
Right.
And the guy whose name I can't pronounce. Chiwetel Ejiofor?
Ejiofor?
Sure.
He didn't win.
I thought he won for Best Actor. No.
Matthew McConaughey.
No, the girl won for...
Lupita Nyong'o.
Lupita Nyong'o?
Yeah.
Won for Best Supporting Actress.
Right.
So, of the 6 major awards, black actors won 2 of them in a very stocked field in 2014.
Didn't the director win too?
Actually, I want to say, yeah. Yeah, so of the major awards, they won several. Point being, they run in a stocked field. They won several of them. And I love how everyone's overblowing 2015. Latinos are a minority still, guys. Just so some Latinos, Birdman won.
And then we had a Mexican win every award tonight.
Well, it's a Latino, yes. Yeah. But a Latino man won, a Hispanic man won all the major awards tonight. Best Director, Best Film, and he did one...
Actually, last year, it was Alfonso Cuarón for Gravity won Best Director.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so, but 2.
But still a minority.
2 out... Oh, that's true, yeah. So, speaking of equality, I do want to say, applause to the winners tonight.
Yeah.
Patricia Arquette, Graham Moore. We were talking about one other one. Shoot, who else? There was a lot of great speeches, but I got to say, Graham Moore's speech about trying to commit suicide when he was a young man and paying it forward, like he hopes he inspires someone who will come and win an Academy Award and inspire somebody else.
I joked about it while we watched, but I just thought that would have been the perfect time for the annual Oscar miscue. Yeah. Where they start playing the music. Because he paused for 2 seconds, 3 seconds between the part of the speech that he was on and the when I was 15 I decided I was thinking about killing myself.
And they started
But there was 3 seconds there where I thought somebody was going to have an itchy trigger finger.
Hit it.
And music. And it's just going to be like and then I decided to kill myself at 15.
Kill it! Also, Patricia Arquette giving a shout out to women who give birth to citizens and taxpayers and still don't have equal rights. So good for her.
I only listened to about 70% of her speech.
Oh, too soon. And Jesus made an appearance.
Yes, he did.
At the Academy Awards, so obviously we're doing the right thing.
Of course, he's calling himself Jared Leto these days.
Beautiful blue-eyed Jesus.
I do the same thing.
By the way, I do love how everybody was...
If I could get away with it, I would call myself Jared Leto, too.
I love how everybody was like, oh my God, he looks like Jesus. No, he looks like white Jesus. He looks like what we turned Jesus into, not the real Jesus. Aquaman. Aquaman looks like the real Jesus, actually.
Jason Momoa?
Yeah.
Momoa?
Momoa? Is that what it is? Momoa? But who looks badass in Aquaman, but he looks like Jesus.
He looks badass. He's going to look really badass in the 12 scenes that Aquaman has.
Oh, God. You got to hope that they're building a movie. He has a movie, 2018. July 20th, 2018.
Does he have a whole
Yeah, they're doing a whole Aquaman movie. Yes. Stage 2 DC. Yeah. Listen, if Vinny can do it, Jason Momoa can do it.
I just wish I could hit my head on the microphone really hard.
You just did. Yeah, there you do it again.
There we go. Now I feel better.
But no, so it was a fantastic show for the people giving shout-outs in the speeches and creepy John Travolta copping a feel on people.
It reminded me so much of Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, John Travolta should never host or be called up on stage for anything. He gets called up on stage with the girl whose name he grossly mispronounced last year and then proceeds to cop a feel not only around the waist,
right,
but all on her face.
Yeah.
All on her.
Oh, and underneath the face, too.
Oh, God. It's so just, well, Thing is, he went around the waist.
Yeah.
And then he did, like, the back rub. Then he went around the shoulder. And then that shoulder hand came back around and went up the neck into the face. That is too much touching, John. Too much.
Maybe he's trying to quell all the gay rumors.
And somebody was pointing out that he was wearing a dog collar, so maybe it was part of his sadomasochistic
electrocution therapy.
Yeah. So, to get to we're already running. To get to some of the awards, how did you do based on your predictions from last week? Did you ballot match what you predicted last week?
I think I did. Pretty much I did.
Pretty close.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe I said Boyhood I thought was going to win Best Picture.
Change your mind middle of the week?
Well, I saw Boyhood today.
Oh, that's right.
Prior to the Oscars.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I really liked it. I just didn't think it was, I think I liked the premise a lot more than I liked the movie.
Right. And you didn't go with Eddie Redmayne for Best Actor either.
No, but...
Didn't see that coming.
No, it's not that I didn't see it coming. I made the argument to Shannon a couple days ago.
Yeah.
That, to me, it was a 3-horse race. If they opened the envelope and it was Redmayne, Cumberbatch, or Keaton, I would have...
Any of them. Not surprised.
Yeah, that's totally who I expected would win. One of those three.
Who else was in the category?
Steve Carell.
Oh, that's right, for Foxcatcher. Somebody else. One more. I got it right here.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper for...
Yeah.
Now, and I was surprised. American Sniper got shut out.
I wasn't. It wasn't like... I liked American Sniper.
Yeah.
I feel like... fucking poor Clint Eastwood just has to deal with, like, the politics of the world around him.
Well, it's a bullshit propaganda movie, but that's neither here nor there.
See, but...
as Shannon would say, Black lives don't matter here. Just kidding, Shannon. She didn't say that. Corey made up a quote for her. She wanted to keep the peace. Good for her. Yeah. By the way, I found we were all arguing the same point. We were all on the same side, and Shannon was still like, I don't want it! I don't want it here!
I don't want your arguments.
No arguments. By the way, there's a creepy picture of Steve Carell that just popped up. Okay, it just moved to Bradley. But yeah, Steve Carell is
flipping back and forth.
Yeah, super creepy.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna have to see this Birdman.
The Oscars have a pretty well-designed website, I will say that.
Yeah, they do. It's actually been really nice. And here it comes. There he is. Creep-tastic.
He does look good in that movie.
They should have won for makeup design because they make him look creep-tastic. Any other thoughts about the Oscars?
No. I think it was pretty loaded all the way around, so there weren't many... There wasn't any award that happened where I went like, oh my god, no! Or like...
Yeah, there was. Like... The last one, when you were like, in your face, Melissa! In your face!
What was the one pick I had that nobody else had, and I was just like,
oh yeah,
yeah, fucker.
Short document. It was like a documentary of short. I don't know. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It didn't even matter, and everybody had been calm and silent up to that point, and you were just like, yeah, bitches. He just like lose his shit over a short documentary. Like, what's going on?
Oh, in your face, in your face.
Yeah, how much did that work out on the long run? There?
I silvered.
Basically, you're the first loser.
I still have time to look up. I haven't heard from my mother or sister.
Right.
So I don't know how they did.
I'm going to laugh humongously if you also lose your family pool by 1. That will be funny.
I've lost that family pool a couple times because Brendan is like a fucking
savant.
Yeah.
He's a savant?
Yeah. I stay at home all the time. I say, he'll be like, yeah, I think 12 Years a Slave is going to win Best Picture. I'll be like,
way.
No, idiot. And the Best Picture goes to 12 Years a Slave. I was just like, fucking Brendan.
How did you know?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I say Birdman and all the awards that it won was very deserving. I loved Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was last week when I said that if I had to make the decision right after seeing it, I would have given it the Academy Award right then.
And
because I thought it was good enough to win.
Right.
And I didn't think I was going to see anything better than that.
Right.
But I did, but I still think it's well-deserved. So...
And just to touch on it briefly, Corey is also winning the OTA challenge in our keyword for this week, which is #sleep. Not only have you lost the most weight, but I can guarantee you're getting more sleep than everybody in this competition. Everybody out there, keep going. You're doing such a good job. Everybody's dropping weight. It's not really about dropping weight. What I'm hearing from everybody is they feel better.
If you want to get physical with us, you can do it at otheanthem.com, Corey at otheanthem.com, or the Anthem on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube. The listener line, 443-219-7595.
What's the number again?
It's 443-219-7595.
And you can find me at Robert N. Cheek on all your social networks. Literally,
Can people get physical?
You can send me pictures if you'd like. I don't do the exchange. People have learned that. Just because you send me pictures, don't mean I'm sending them back.
All right.
But you can
noted for the next time I send you a dick pic.
You can find me on our social networks at Robert and Cheek. Literally anything. I have so many that I can't even keep track of anymore. For all your latest news, check out deaddrop.com for my political rantings, which you heard a little bit of, and you can find on Twitter. It's foundingthefuture.us. And of course, I'm on Twitter on both of those accounts too. And sign a contract for my book. Book's coming out. We're looking at probably early summer release. So get ready for that.
Buy Rob's book.
Get ready for that. And buy the other book, because the other book's still out too.
Movement Insurrection.
MovementInsurrection.com.
Buy Rob's book.
There you go.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the O The Anthem podcast, part of the O The Anthem digital network. For Corey, this is Rob. And for the entire Academy of Film Sciences and Technology, have a great week, everybody.
Well, totally.
It doesn't matter. Just like the Oscars, no.
Best picture to Whiplash. I'm still holding out hope.